So someone sent me a message about the Bafang G900. They were saying they got like an error 8 or something, like some kind of a hall sensor error. And so, I mean, these are the hall sensors. Like you can see this glued thing right here. There's 3 of them, 3 hall sensors in the motor. I mean, they can get damaged if they get too hot, I think, but what's probably the problem is like the motor cable. So the hall sensors, they send a signal over the circuit board. It goes out the motor cable to the controller. So if the wires get damaged anywhere on your motor cable, or if the motor cable isn't plugged in all the way, or if one of those little pins inside of the motor cable gets bent or damaged or something and it's not connecting right, then those hall sensor signals won't be, you know, they won't be getting sent to the controller. So I would check your motor cable. And so I would check it like right here, you know, like make sure your brake rotor bolts weren't fraying it or something. And then like on my other bike, if you have a full suspension bike and it pivots right here at all, then you got to make sure that this cable isn't like touching up against something if the rear suspension is like pivoting here, because like if this cable is getting rubbed up against something, it could be getting frayed. And I guess just make sure that it's connected all the way and it's not, you know, it's not like halfway connected. And then, you know, it just goes up to your controller through the motor cable. So, I mean, potentially, like the inside of the controller had a problem or something. I'm gonna take the stock controller off of this one when I put the flip ski on here, so maybe I can look inside of mine. But like if a wire came disconnected inside of the controller, one of the hall sensors, it might have had a problem or something. The controllers that came with this kit like weren't the greatest controllers. But yeah, I would check your motor cable. And I mean, potentially if it's like a really cheap controller, like something might be wrong inside of the controller. You can run the geared hubs in sensorless mode, but it's not ideal. Like it can be a little bit jerky when you first start out. So yeah, I would check your motor cable and make sure it's not like frayed or anything's messed up with that.